When browsing in Facebook groups, I often stumble on questions like, "We are coming for 2 weeks to Norway, where shall we go?" Or "What route shall we drive?" Then there will be a lot of comments about places the commenters have been, but at the end they are all over map, so it's not really useful. After over 10 years experience with road tripping around Norway, I designed a road trip which takes one to the most well-known sites while minimizing the amount of driving, thus maximizing the time for sightseeing. When I'm going to reveal the map, there will certainly be comments why the route doesn't go to a certain site and so on. The reason is simple: there is not enough time for everything. But there is no point to do a road trip where you sit 8 hours a day in the car. If you drive 8 hours a day, there is no time to do anything else. Let's reveal the map. The trip starts at the airport in Oslo and goes over the Jotunheimen, Geiranger to Ålesund. Then you drive back over a route farther west to the Sonnefjord and back to Oslo. The highlights are Jotunheimen, Geirangerfjord, Trollstigen, Ålesund, Runde, Loen, Sonnefjord and Nærøyfjord, Borgund, and finally Oslo. Now we have to break it down into several days. In the end it will take less than 2 weeks, but the idea is to take more time in places or activities you are interested in. There will be a list of possible activities and places after the tour's detailed description. We won't recommend any accommodation, just search on Google Maps and use the Norwegian keywords hotel, hytte or camping next to the English ones near a place you want to stay. We have tested all legs for this trip at least 2 times, some up to 10 times. Sometimes we have even combined several stages in one day, but no sightseeing was done then. Day 1. Oslo Airport to Beitostølen. What you will do depends on the time of arrival. The driving time will be around 3 to 4 hours. If you arrive before noon, grab the rental car and drive to Beitostølen. You can stop along the way, for example along the Randsfjord, to enjoy your first glimpse of Norwegian nature. If you arrive in the late afternoon, you will have to drive without stopping. In case you arrive in the evening, it's preferable to stay one night at the hotel at Gardermoen and start the next day. When arriving in Beitostølen, depending on the time of the day, you will have some time to do a little stroll up the mountains. We have plenty of videos about this area, so check them out. Day 2. Beitostølen to Geiranger. The first highlight of the day is Valdresflie, one of Norway's highest mountain roads. Check out our video about it for information where to stop and what to see. After that you will reach Lom in the Otta Valley. Lom is a cross point on any road trip between east and west. Lom has become a center for Norwegian food, mainly due to its famous bakery and TV cook Arne Brimi, who has several restaurants and shops nearby. It's not an uncommon sight to have a long line in front of the bakery. There is also a church with some special paintings and a mountain museum. Then continue on Road 15 towards Stryn. Along the way there are several places where you can stop and enjoy Norwegian nature. After Grodli, follow Road 63 to Geiranger. This road is closed during winter and can be covered with up to 6 meters of snow. Before the road starts to descend, you will find a side road to Dalsnippa. This is a viewpoint located at the top of the mountain at 1476 meters, with an amazing view over the Geirangerfjord. There is a toll road which leads to it. Then comes the descent to Geiranger, which might scare people with the many hair needle curves. Be sure to use high regen to recharge the battery of your car, or low gear if you drive a petrol car. On the way down you pass the Knutten, which is a 270-degree curves on the old road. Unfortunately, it's not open for cars anymore. Then comes the view at Flydalsjuvet. Do not go past the fences for the perfect selfies. It's just a matter of time until the first person will fall down. If you want to sleep in Geiranger, be sure to book in advance. Otherwise there are also options around Grodli. Day 3. Geiranger to Ålesund. The next morning you will first do the sightseeing boat on the fjord, which brings you close to all the famous waterfalls. The Seven Sisters are best seen in the morning, while the Friaren in the evening. Also in late season the falls might be less active and there might be only 3 or 4 sisters. Then continue on Road 63 toward Eidsdal. After all the hair needle curves you will reach the Eagle View, which is probably Norway's most famous view. In Eidsdal take the ferry, then continue towards Trollstigen. Before Trollstigen there is a viewpoint from which you can see the road. The road is not more difficult than the one in Geiranger, it's just narrower and filled with people who have never driven a mountain road. Then you reach Åndalsnes. There is a new cable car up to Romsdalseggen there. Continue on E136 and then E39 to Ålesund. Day 4. Ålesund to Runde. The best view from Aksla is in the morning until the early afternoon. You can walk up the stairs from Bierparken or drive up. In 2019 the manager of the restaurant started to charge to see the view, as cruise tourists were flooding the place, which made it difficult to run the restaurant. This might have changed after the COVID crisis, but I couldn't find any new information on that. After that we miss the famous aquarium Atlanterhavsparken. The main attraction is the fish feeding, where a diver feeds the fish in the big aquarium. Then it's time to continue to Runde. Drive back to Spjeldsjavik and then head to the ferry to Hareid. Follow the direction Fosnavåg and then Runde. It takes 45 minutes to hike from the parking lot to the watch point. Check out our video. Puffin's bird can be observed all the day, but best in late afternoon and evening. Day 5. Runde to Luen. We will keep this day a bit quiet. It takes around 2.5 hours to get to Luen. So you can take a sightseeing boat to the bird cliff, or you can take the hike to a top nearby to enjoy the view over the ocean and the mountains. Before reaching the mainland you will have to pass Eiksund Tunnel, which is the deepest road tunnel in the world, with the lowest point being 257 meters under sea level. Day 6. Luen to Sogndal. In Luen you can use the skylift to Mount Hovden. If you arrive not too late you could do it the day before, as it is open until 2200 hours. Check out our video about it. You can also visit Lodalen, which is considered one of the most beautiful valleys in Norway. If you want to see a glacier, you can go to Briksdalbræn. Unfortunately, the glacier has melted quite a lot. The pictures are from 2017 and are now outdated. Then continue south. The road before Innvik was previously declared worst road in Norway, but a new tunnel passes around that horrible bit. Above Utvik you will have some nice view of the Nordfjord. The road between Skei and Fjærland has an impressive nature. Right after the Fjærland tunnel you will see glacier Bøyabreen. It is possible to stop at the lake nearby. Fjærland is a book town, which means there are many places where you can buy vintage books. There is also a glacier museum there. Before the Fryldal tunnel there is a viewpoint. Sogndal is known as an actual center with Lerum Juice and Jam Factory, and Norway's most crazy football town, with Sogndal football playing in the highest league. They usually have 3000 viewers in the stadium, which sounds little, but it's half of the town. Day 7. Sogndal to Oslo. Drive to Kaupanger and take the tourist ferry to Gudvangen. The ride takes approximately 3 hours and will go through the famous Nærøyfjord. The ferry drives only every 3 hours in high season and 6 in low season. It can be booked in advance. From Gudvangen drive to Flåm. Then to Aurland. In Aurland you can choose the world's longest road tunnel, the Lærdal tunnel, which is 24 km long, or drive over the Aurlandsfjellet. On the way up you will arrive at Stegastein, which is Norway's second most famous view. Then continued over the mountain. This road is only open during summer. In Lærdal, take E16 and at some point you will find a sign towards the Stave Church of Borgund, which is Norway's most famous one. You can look at the church from outside for free, but for the inside you will have to buy a ticket at the museum. Then continue over Hemsedalsfjellet and Hallingdal towards Oslo, where you will arrive in the evening. Day 8, Oslo. Sightseeing in Oslo with the classics like Vigelandparken, Holmenkollen, Munch Museum and so on. Be sure to book a hotel with parking. You can also book a hotel in Sandvika or Asker. You are within 15 minutes in downtown Oslo by train. Day 9, return. It's over now. If your flight leaves in the evening, you can do more sightseeing. So, in 9 days you have seen a lot of Norway. But what can be done more if you have more times? Here's some ideas. Besseggen, located in the Jotunheim next to Valdresflia, it counts as Norway's most impressive hike. The hike is 17 km and takes 8 to 10 hours. If you want to do that, add a day. And maybe one more for recovery by splitting the next leg in two. This is only recommended for people who are in shape. Beitostølen, small hikes and other activities in that area. Check out our videos. Geiranger, maybe you want to explore the fjord not from the sightseeing boat but by kayak, then add an extra day. There are also many hikes in that area. Atlanterhavsveier, the Atlantic Road. From Åndalsnes drive to Kristiansund and then over the Atlantic Road back to Ålesund. Plan an extra day if you want to do that. Island around Ålesund. Take a tour to Alnes, many hikes in that area. Lodalen, maybe you want to take more time to visit that area. Jostedal. From Sogndal visit the glacier in Jostedal, like the famous Nygardsbreen and our secret tip, the Austdalsbreen. Check out our video. And an extra day for that. Bergen. From Gudvangen drive to Bergen and then back over Road 7 and Hardangervidda. If you want to do that, add 2 or 3 days extra. Flåm Railway. Take the train from Flåm to Myrdal and back. It is also possible to rent bikes and ride down. Add a day extra with just the train and a day extra if you want to do more. Oslo, a lot to see and you can add more days, but we recommend using the days on something else. As you see, there are plenty of options, so you can easily spend 3 weeks on that route. If you have less time, you can also skip destinations like Trollstigen, Runde or the Nærøyfjord. Then you can do it maybe in 7 days, but you will miss out on a lot of stuff. We hope this video was useful. If you have questions, write them in the comments. Please like this video and if you haven't done it, then subscribe to our channel. Be sure to check our Facebook and Instagram for bonus content.